I love the smell of freedom in the morning. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 3. Yes, the final installment of this 3-part review video of the America Another World online novel, which if you haven't read yet, link down below. Seriously, go read it. But oh boy, where'd we last left off? Oh yeah, the Mach Imperium, yes, Mach Imperium, was getting their asses curb stomped by some 8-in warthogs. What a disappointment, we didn't get Warlord. And for those of you who don't know who Warlord is, Call of Duty Modern Warfare with the AC-130 gunship of freedom and democracy. And oh boy, folks, it only gets better from here. So, last we left off, the Mach Imperium's defenses were basically kaput, rubbish, absolutely curb-stomped into oblivion.
Of course!
And as this is happening, well, you remember the MAG, the other Imperium? While, yes, a lot of people were trying to help me try and understand how to pronounce the name, I'm just going to call him MAG. Because I'm just going to call him Mag, just to keep me from stumbling on my words. Mag over here realizes that half of the forces were called off their front to try and fight off America. Which, if you ask me, is kind of similar to what Nazi Germany did when they pulled off soldiers, battle-hardened combat veterans from the Eastern Front to fight off the Allied forces. Which, back then was stupid, here, definitely stupid, and absolutely worthless. And not gonna help whatso-fucking-ever! Because I'm sorry, folks, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you fight, you will be defeated. Because as stated before in part 2, this isn't a war against the Mach Imperium and the Americans, just as it isn't a war between man and ants. Gotta love War of the Worlds. No. This is wholesale freedom slaughter!
Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only...
I know I shouldn't be enjoying it, but by God, I'm enjoying it! So, how's the king doing in all this? Well, the king is a little bit upset because the capital is going to fall. And the forces that are to help relieve the capital, i.e. Berlin, in this situation, aren't going to make it in time. They have to hold, the defenders of the city have to hold out long enough for reinforcements to arrive, which is going to take about a couple of days. While the Americans are there within hours. And by God, the man loses his fucking mind when the Mag Imperium decide to basically attack. Because before, they held off the attacks because there was still a lot of forces right there in front of them, and doing an attack would be fruitless and worthless. As one of the great Eastern philosophers said, a bowl is most useful when it is empty. And in this case, they waited for the right opportunity for a counterattack. And they did! They send in their magically infused forces. They send in magically infused tanks where their engines perform on the amount of mana one can dispense. So roll a d20 for Constitution. Nerd! You thought I wasn't going to go the whole series without doing some D&D reference? Yeah, no, you're out of your goddamn mind. Either way, though, how does the king respond to now having a war on 2 fronts? I think this clip says it all.
Die gesamte Generalität ist nichts weiter als ein Haufen niederträchtiger, treuloser Feiglinge!
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Nicht als Feiglinge!
Yeah, he basically goes full-on Adolf Hitler. He literally goes Mad King. He literally loses his goddamn mind because, of course, the Americans are curb-stomping him. The MAGAs are curb-stomping him. He is literally going in the fall of Berlin route of essentially fight for everything. Everyone has to fight. We have to do something to stop the Americans. We have to do something to stop the Eastern Front from coming on us. We gotta do something. And the military officers in this bunker, essentially, they aren't having it. They actually have common sense and understand that the war is over. They've lost. There is no way to stop the American forces. And the only thing they can do now is what Operation Valkyrie tried to do. And for those of you who do not know what Operation Valkyrie is, Operation Valkyrie during World War II was the German army, the Wehrmacht, wanted to take control of the German government, i.e. assassinate Adolf Hitler and essentially take control and sue for peace with the Allies, in hopes that they can get favorable, well, yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Except, where that plan failed, this one works. Because the officers, or at least the generals in that bunker, take the king hostage, put a gun to his fucking head, and essentially says,
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
oh yeah, they essentially do that. And send a ceasefire to all units. And by that point in time, the Americans just came in, does what America does best. They came in, they kicked ass, and now they're going to rebuild. They're going to make the nation better, stronger, and insert a democratic republic. Okay, no, not really. They're going to install a puppet government, yes, but they're going to try and find a relative of the king who is still alive. And ironically enough, that relative happens to be an old woman who just wants to live in peace. I say all for her. If you don't want to deal with this crazy shit, I fully understand. I mean, have you guys ever wondered the kind of pressure and stress one goes under as a ruler, even a leader? I mean, hell, I wouldn't be surprised if anyone fucking cracked under all that pressure. But for this old woman, she's basically being asked, hey, we would like you to lead your country in a better and brighter future with America backing you up. Which I say is a better damn deal. Of course, the Magus is, or at least the Mag, are wanting the land that was taken from them 35 years ago in the Fourth War. America is more than happy to basically do the concession. However, the Mach, not so much. The Mach don't want to give up that land. However, they don't really have a goddamn choice, because America gives them this resolution. An offer they can't refuse. And let's just say that if they really wanted to, really wanted to try and fight back, it'd be pointless. Because let's face it, you have no army, you have no leadership, your king is absolutely goddamn insane in the membrane, and you have lost the war, good sir. So just sit down, be quiet, and worship me as your fucking god. Is essentially what it is with the Americans. Because even though the Americans are being nice to them and they're helping rebuild infrastructure, well, you can only take our kindness so far before you piss us the hell off. The Mach, of course, are more than happy to accept the land back. And from there, America sets up military bases in the Mach territory as well as BIM. People are actually happy to have the Americans under as their occupying force. And even basically told them, look, we're not going to stay here forever. We'll have troops on your soil, yes, but we're here as a deterrent, a protection. We're here to help you rebuild infrastructure and help you have better lives. The American way of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Hoorah!
We're the peacekeepers around these parts.
What? You mean the world?
Goddamn right. Go get your own oil press country.
And yeah. Peace comes over the land as war-torn lands now rebuild. Cities that were once nothing but rubble are being constructed anew. Railroads are being rebuilt, power stations are being built, and people are given now nice, fruitful lives. And a time of peace has come. And you know what? I think that's how a story should end, or at least how one chapter should end. Anyway, this has been a great story. And I can't wait to start another review. So, till what's that smell? Smells like Nazis!
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You thought the story was over? Hell no, it ain't! Because out in the ocean arises a city like Atlantis from the depths of the ocean. And come the elves. Elves dressed in Wehrmacht uniforms, driving magical infused panzers, tigers, King Panthers! And of course, me 262s and Hortons! And even Bismarcks! Ladies and gentlemen, a new opponent has entered the chat! And you think it's gonna be bad? Oh no, they ain't here in peace! They're here to have a 1,000-year Reich! In the glorious words of the Major from Helsing Ultimate Abridged.
Gentlemen, we are Nazis.
Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil!
Und we will have war.
Think that the Nazis are gonna be able to the Americans are over here in the match, Imperium and BIM helping rebuild. And here we go! Fucking Nazi elves! And here's the Magus Imperium, Nazi Germany, France, and/or Belgium, whichever one you want to go for. And guess what? Blitzkrieg! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Blitzkrieg. The Nazi elves basically start bulldozing their way, committing war crimes left and right, running over women and children with tanks, putting people into buildings, setting them on fire, and then shooting into them, killing civilians indiscriminately. And the Magus Imperium, like France during World War II, is on the run, a fighting retreat.
Cold-blooded? Nothing cold-blooded about me. I get quite worked up.
And oh my god, my blood is already boiling! And you can bet what's going to happen when the Americans get a sniff of Nazis.
We're going to be doing one thing, and one thing only. Killing Nazis. Sound good? Yes, sir!
Oh yeah, boys! Oh yeah! Oh, I can feel it! I can feel the freedom coming, boys! It's time to kill some Nazis! Come on, you sons of bitches! You will live forever! Ah! Oh wait, I forgot the final verdict and my final thoughts on this. Hold on. In terms of the story as a whole, yeah, no, this story is fucking amazing. If you haven't seen how happy I've been and only given my little nitpicks on the fact that the Army hasn't gotten much love, the fact that America hasn't shown off its full might, and when I mean full might, I'm talking Moabs, napalm, goddamn nukes! Which, in the book, they did say that they won't be following the Geneva Convention, but they won't be doing nukes because of, you know, dangers to the land, polluting, what have you, all that good jazz. But what I will say is this. I cannot wait to see a Moab, because these Nazi sons of bitches have no idea that they have awakened a sleeping giant of freedom. Also, we haven't seen the other races either. We haven't even seen the other continents yet. And I am really looking forward to that. And, as a final verdict, I say that this book is, well, this web novel is a must-read. To anyone who loves the isekai genre but want to see what happens if America gets transported to another world, I fully recommend you read this. And support Ron. He has a Patreon, so if you got $1, donate to that. The guy is really good at what he does, and from talking with the author himself, I actually am surprised that he's in college. His profile still says that he's a high schooler. Ron, I'd recommend you change that. But what I will say is this. I'm looking forward to the next chapter, and you can bet your top dollar I'll review that and give you my thoughts on it. And to those of you who have already read the book itself in its full entirety during this 3-part series, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the book, and I'll be honest, Ron, if you ever want to turn this into a radio play, or even a comic, or even anything of that nature, you have my full support, and I will happily provide you with the voice of an all-American son of a bitch, bringing freedom and democracy. Now, if you excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I got some Nazi elves to kill. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been AirsoftALs, Godman's Airsofter, who reviews all sorts of media because I have an interest in media. And if you like what I do, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and all that good jazz. And if you have $1, go support Ron. And if you want to help support our channel and our content also, then consider donating to the PayPal down below. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you bunch of devil dogs on the front lines! Charge!